Hi, and thank you for tuning in again. This week, our COVID case rates and positivity rates continue to increase. But the good news is that our hospitalization rates remain low. Currently, Montgomery County is at a moderate transmission level of COVID, but remains in the low community level according to the CDC. The current surge in cases we're experiencing is the first one since the pandemic began that is not creating increased strain on our hospital system. This is evidence that the vaccines and treatments are effective protection from severe illness and hospitalization. This week, Dr. Fauci said, "Right now we're at a low enough level that I believe we're transitioning into endemicity. We're not in the full-blown explosive pandemic phase. That does not mean that the pandemic is over." Dr. Fauci is correct. We may be transitioning into a new phase, but this pandemic is not over. COVID's still in our community. Anyone can still catch this. With proms, graduations, end-of-year celebrations, and Mother's Day taking place in the weeks to come, getting vaccinated and boosted remains a top priority. And if you're traveling or around a large number of people, please test yourself or get tested. Slowly but surely, our lives are starting to return to some sense of normalcy. The light at the end of the tunnel is getting brighter and brighter, but we can't let our guard down and get too comfortable. We have to be vigilant. I want to remind people that it was only about a year ago when everything seemed to be going away, which is not the case right now, and everybody was certain that we were at the end of this, and it turned out that we were not at the end of this. And while I remain optimistic, and I share Dr. Fauci's optimism, we have to be aware that this is a virus. It mutates, changes, and we can't be certain of what the next changes will bring. So we will continue to be careful and make sure that we stay alert to changes we see in the virus's effects in the community. This week is Visit Montgomery's MoCo Eats Week. There are incredible deals and discounts at nearly 80 participating restaurants throughout the county. Over the last 2 years, our restaurants were hit hard. They've been innovative during the pandemic, instituting new practices and offerings, but those efforts still do not account for the losses so many had to overcome. MoCo Eats Week is a great opportunity to demonstrate your support and appreciation for our restaurants and their employees who continue to work. Please go to visitmontgomery.com for more information. I also want to acknowledge the work of our alcoholic beverage services over the last 2 years. The pandemic has been a logistical, organizational, and staffing challenge for ABS. However, ABS has been innovative, efficient, and effective and quickly adapted their operations throughout while consistently improving customer service. It was ABS and DHS inspectors who went out on weekends to ensure venues were safe for customers. They checked to make sure businesses were complying with capacity, physical distancing, and mask requirements at bars and restaurants during the height of COVID. And to assist businesses to keep their doors open, we've allocated nearly $12 million in relief to support our restaurants. And through it all, our restaurants have been adaptive and been remarkably flexible. We've seen contactless carryout, expanded delivery services, increased outdoor dining, and our Streeteries program. The innovation has changed what we expect as customers and how restaurants do business. But most importantly, our restaurant owners and managers' adherence to our guidance and recommendation helped us become one of the safest communities from COVID. And many of our restaurants throughout the county donated food and assisted our efforts to help our most impacted residents. We're grateful for their partnership and compassion. In more good news for our tourism and hospitality industry, this week we held a groundbreaking ceremony in Poolesville for an exciting new development called Crossvines. Crossvines will be a combination of a winery, events facility, and wine education center. Crossvines is expected to bring in approximately $22 million of economic activity to Montgomery County. The facility will share land with the Poolesville Golf Course and is being built on an empty spot not currently used for golf. In addition to the vineyard, the plan is to construct a 16,500 square foot clubhouse with a banquet and dining hall, a grape crushing facility, a malting and distilling facility, educational pavilion, picnic area, and outdoor class space. Crossvines is a collaboration between Montgomery County Revenue Authority, the Universities of Shady Grove, and the University of Maryland Extension. Students will be able to study grape cultivation, vineyard management, and winemaking at the new facility. Additionally, there'll be a partnership with the universities at Shady Grove to provide hands-on experiences for students in their agritourism, marketing, culinary arts, and other related programs. I'm particularly excited about this project. I brought this idea of the crush pad to the county more than a decade ago, when through a series of conversations, I realized that Montgomery County had the potential to create a wine industry that would be comparable to what we've seen develop in Northern Virginia. We have the soils, climate, and farmland to create something significant, and our wineries are already demonstrating the ability to produce high-quality wine here in the county. Crossvines will be a critical component for catalyzing this industry. Crossvines hopefully will become a cradle or incubator for creating a wine industry and the associated tourism that has emerged in other places in this country. This project is one of its kind in our region, and I'm excited to see it open later this year. Next week is Teacher Appreciation Week, and Tuesday, May 3rd is Teacher Appreciation Day. Please take the time to say thank you to an educator in your life. The past few years have been extraordinarily difficult for our teachers and all of our school staff, as they've worked to educate our children under extremely challenging conditions. I was an elementary school teacher myself, and I know how difficult it is to motivate children and keep them engaged. What our teachers have done under these conditions is really impressive, and I want to thank them for all they've done and continue to do for our children. Montgomery County has great schools and was recognized recently in U.S. News and World Report, and the teachers have played a major role in making our schools among the best in the state and in the country. Thank you for everything you do. You are making a difference. From our Energy Summit at the beginning of the month to our popular Green Fest event last weekend and Arbor Day this week, we've been celebrating Earth Month with educational events and fun activities. We also launched our first trash trap to help keep our waterways stay clean, and celebrated the Maryland General Assembly passing the Climate Solutions Now Act and increasing funding to expand our bus rapid transit system. It's been a good month. I'm looking forward to signing our Building Energy Performance Standards, or BEPS legislation as we called it, next week. I want to thank our Department of Environmental Protection, Department of Transportation, Department of General Services, as well as our libraries and recreation departments for all their hard work and advocacy during this Earth Month, as well as every day of the year. On a personal note, I'm concluding Earth Month with the installation of solar panels on my house. I'm excited to have my house powered by this clean and renewable energy. I look forward to seeing the impact it will have on my energy bills. If you're interested in installing solar energy on your home, please check out mygreenmontgomery.org and search solar. This week we recognize Yom HaShoah, also known as Holocaust Remembrance Day. This date corresponds to the 27th day of Nisan on the Hebrew calendar and marks the anniversary of the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. We must never forget the 6 million Jewish people and the 5 million others killed in the Holocaust. We must continue to fight against hatred, anti-Semitism, and oppression. As we see war atrocities in Europe and hate crimes here at home, we're reminded by the Holocaust and what horrors fascism, racism, homophobia, and religious persecution can lead to. Montgomery County is a proud community of diversity and inclusion. Hate has no home here. We must continue to educate ourselves and families about the challenges and victories of the people in our communities. The more we understand and celebrate the history and contributions of each other, the stronger we will become as a county. Thank you again for listening, and have a great week.